Hello everybody, welcome back to Modern Meta Matchups, and on today's episode we're going to be playing two decks that did very well at MTG Las Vegas. I'm going to be playing Amulet Titan, and we're going to have Arven playing Rakdos Aggro. So just a little bit about that Amulet Titan deck. We've already played one on the channel before, however we've updated the list a little bit. Now we're also playing Karn the Great Creator, which can go and get us any card from our sideboard that's an artifact, kind of those silver bullets that help you in various matchups. And to go along with that, we still have the basics of the deck. We have our Amulet of Vigor and our Primeval Titan. We're basically just trying to ramp into that Titan as fast as possible and try to swing in for a lot of damage.
Yeah, and on my side, I am playing Lurrus as a companion because no permanents in my deck cost more than, well, 2 mana. And some of the premium cards I get is cards like Turok. I also get Dothy Voidwalker, and of course I get the premium cards like Darcy, Monkey, and just a bunch of overall really good red-black cards.
Exactly. And if you like these videos, you can let us know very easily by hitting that like button. Give us that thumbs up. It does mean a lot. And also, if you're not subscribed, be sure to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're already down there, check out our Patreon. It'll mean a lot to us if you can support the show that way. And since you're already down there, leave us a comment. Maybe you'll comment some deck we play next video.
All right, without any further ado, we'll go ahead and get into the gameplay.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, welcome to the gameplay. I think Arven's going first.
Oh yeah, I am.
Always rolling one more than me.
Well, I think I'm gonna take a mulligan.
I think I can try this. It's not the best, but I'll give it a shot. All right, so my opening hand here in game one, it's not the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it's not terrible either. I've got 4 lands here. I've got a Crumbling Vestige, a Castle Garenbrig, a Simic Growth Chamber, and an Urza Saga. So Urza Saga is always a great land to have there. Lets me make tokens if I'm not able to do anything else. And then eventually it'll find my Amulet, most likely. I also have 2 Dryad of the Elysian Groves. So these cards are great. Lets me tap for any color of mana. Lets me play extra mana. If I ever find a Valakut, it's pretty good with them as well. And the last card in my hand, I have a Karn the Great Creator, which hopefully can help me find something from my sideboard that can maybe help me win this game.
All right, so I took a mulligan. So let's see if this hand does any better.
Yeah. Maybe. I hope not.
It is actually a little bit better. I am gonna keep this, and I think we're gonna put this card to the bottom. So my opening hand isn't the worst. Unfortunately, I did have to mulligan, but for the land section, I do have 2 Blackleaf Cliffs and a Shinka, and as the non-lands, I have 2 Mishra's Baubles, and there will be redraws essentially, because the other card in my hand is Ragavan, and the one card I did have to mulligan to the bottom is another Blackleaf Cliffs. It just doesn't really do anything, and I already have 3 lands. All right, I'll start things off with a Mishra's Bauble.
Sure thing.
And then I'm going to play a Mishra's Bauble.
I see. Do we have a third one?
No, I'm going to play a Caves for his land for turn.
That's a Cliffs, but yeah.
It is a Cliffs. And I'm going to play Monkey.
You've got a Monkey.
And I'm going to bobble both of us, actually.
Getting all the information.
Yeah, let's see what you got.
This is what I got.
Okay, and I got... Interesting. Okay. I think I'm just going to pass the turn. On your upkeep, I'm going to draw 2 cards.
Yep.
Here's 2.
And you already know about this card, so I might as well just play it.
I like this. I'll draw. I'd like to move to combat.
Yeah.
Monkey.
I'm going to take 2.
Okay. Trigger.
We're going to exile this card.
It's going to stay in exile, and I'm going to get 1 Mighty Treasure.
Yep, you get a treasure.
I do. I'm going to play another land.
Okay.
And then I'm going to play good old Dragon Rage Channeler.
Yep.
And then I'm going to play Bauble with a cast trigger.
There you go. Now the baubles are doing the work.
So... Interesting.
Is it bauble number 4?
It's Bauble number 4.
I see.
I'm going to bobble you.
Sure. I got this.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay. I think I'm just going to pass the turn. And I'm going to draw a card on your upkeep.
Oh, that is a good one.
Yeah. Nice prime time you got there.
Yep. I'm just going to play a Simic Growth Chamber here.
You got it.
And then I actually have to go to discard.
I like this game. Can you beat 4 baubles?
Maybe. Not sure yet. I think
Just discard that Titan. It's pretty bad.
I'm actually just gonna discard a Dryad of the Elysian Grove here.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
And I will draw. Okay then, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play a land for the turn.
Yep.
And I'm going to pay 1 to play Thoughtseize with a cast trigger.
Yep. So you get to surveil.
I do. I don't particularly want that land, so it's gonna go to the graveyard and Thoughtseize.
Yep. So I've got some lands here.
Mm-hmm.
Got 4 lands actually.
Okay.
And I've got a Primetime, a Karn, and another Dryad.
I think we're just gonna hit that Dryad of the Elysian Grove, and I am going to take 2 from the Thoughtseize.
Sure thing.
And now I am gonna move to combat. And I'm going to attack you for 3.
Yep, I take 3. We're gonna get to exile this card here.
Yep. It's gonna stay in exile.
Another land.
Yep, and another treasure for me.
Another treasure.
And then, what do I want to do here? Kind of awkward. I think I'm going to pay 3 mana, and I'm going to put Lurrus into my hand.
You got Lurrus in your hand.
I'll pass the turn.
Untap and draw. And that's interesting. Would have been nice a little while ago, but oh well. I'm going to play an Urza Saga here.
Got it.
It'll come in with 1 counter on it.
Sure.
Chapter 1, I'll go ahead and just play this amulet that I just drew.
That's pretty good.
After that, I'm all set. I'll just pass the turn.
All right, good draws. It's an interesting draw. Okay, so I drew a tap den, which is kind of awkward with the mana situation I have here, but I'm hoping this Kolaghan's command, well, it will get rid of his amulet and make him discard a card, so I'm kind of hoping this just snowballs the game in my favor. A little awkward here. This den comes into play tapped.
Yep.
And then I am... I think I'm going to cast Kolaghan's command. I have a cast trigger. Modes are going to be destroy target artifact, make you discard a card, and with the surveil. I don't think I want this Darcy. It's going to just go to the graveyard.
So amulet will be destroyed, and I have to discard a card. I think I'm just going to lose my crumbling vestige here.
You got it, and I believe I'm delirious now. There's an instant, a creature, a sorcery, land, artifact. I am delirious. I'll move to combat.
Yep. I'm taking 5 here.
You are taking 5.
And you can cast a Summoner's Pact.
No, it's going to remain in exile. I'm going to get another treasure. And how many cards do you have in hand?
I still have 4.
You have 4. Okay, well, I'm going to make your life a little bit more difficult. I'm going to sacrifice both of my treasures for a black and a red.
Yep.
I'm going to play a Kroxa. When it enters, I have a trigger.
A Kroxa. That's a little bit annoying.
A little bit.
Yeah. I have to discard a card here. And I think I just have to lose
3 life?
my Castle Garenberg and
I
3
like
life.
you losing 3 life. Kroxa will go to the graveyard, and I will pass the turn.
On tap, Saga will go up to 2.
Sure will.
I'll play a Forest.
You got it.
And I think I'm in trouble.
A little bit.
Don't really have enough mana here. I don't think there's anything I can do that's really going to save me because I can't stop Kroxa from coming back this turn because I can play Karn, but I can't get rid of your graveyard this turn because I only have the 4 mana.
Be a little awkward.
No Tormod's Crypt in the sideboard to grab. And then this isn't really going to do anything either because Kroxa is just going to...
Kroxa is going to get a lot of damage to you.
Yeah, I don't think I can do anything. You took too many lands out of my hand. I needed that amulet.
Okay, let's go to game 2.
We'll go to game 2. So for the sideboarding here with Amulet Titan, you don't actually have a ton of options because we're playing Karn the Great Creator, so we leave a lot of our cards in the sideboard. That being said, though, I am going to go ahead and bring in a couple copies of Endurance because you play a lot from your graveyard. It's also a big blocker that can pretty much block down any of your threats.
It has reach.
Has reach, and it tucks your graveyard away. To make room for that, I'm just going to go ahead and take out a couple copies of Explorer here.
Yeah, makes sense. For my side, I am bringing a few cards in. 2 Dothy Voidwalkers. They're really good in this matchup, especially if I can play some of your cards. A Thoughtseize and a Terminate, because the creature I want to kill are very, very large, and sometimes Heat might not have, Delirium. What I'm taking out are 2 copies of Lightning Bolt, because it doesn't really hit anything. It hits literally nothing in your deck. There's not much I want.
You get an Arboreal Grazer.
It's not worth it. And Inquisition, it's a good card, but Thoughtseize does more. All the cards I want to hit are like Karn and Titan. This can't hit, and where Thoughtseize can. So I think that's how I'm going to do it.
All right, sounds good. We'll get into game 2.
Let's do it.
All right, this time I'm going to go first.
You sure?
Yes.
Kind of makes me sad a little bit on the inside.
On the inside? This hand kind of makes me sad.
I'll keep it, actually.
I have 1 good card and mostly bad, so I'm going to try again.
Okay. So for game 2, I'm actually a big fan of this hand. I unfortunately have 1 land, which is Blood Crypt, so it is what it is. And I have 2 Dragon Wraiths Channelers, so that should be pretty sweet. And to go along with that, I have a Mishra's Bauble, so hopefully I'm going to get some Surveil triggers. And I'm kind of hoping I get to rip his hand apart because I have 2 Thoughtseize, and I also have an Unholy Heat. So this hand's actually really sweet. The 1 land is a little awkward, but I'm hoping it gets me there.
All right, well, it worked out for you last game. Maybe it'll work out for me this game.
I hope not.
Well, I hope so. Yeah, I mean, this hand's not amazing, but I'm going to keep it.
Sure.
And I'll put this one on the bottom.
Got it.
All right, so my opening hand here in game 2 is actually my second opening hand because I had to take them all again. I'm looking at this hand, and it's, again, not the greatest, but it does have some cards that are pretty good here. I've got 5 lands. I've got a Basic Forest, a Simic Growth Chamber, a Breeding Pool, Crumbling Vestige, and a Bojuka Bog. Now, Bojuka Bog's a great land here. It'll allow me to hopefully ruin Arven's graveyard. He likes to play from it, and he interacts with his graveyard a lot, so being able to exile it on a land is very nice here. I also have a Karn the Great Creator, so I can try to find something from my sideboard that'll be hopefully good at the time. And then I also have a Summoner's Pact. The Summoner's Pact can go and find me a Primeval Titan, hopefully. That's usually what you want to be doing with it. However, if I need to, I can always find something else. Because it was a mulligan, one of the cards had to go to the bottom. In this case, it's a Basic Forest because can't afford to get rid of a non-land. And the forest just doesn't really do a whole lot here. So to the bottom you go. All right, I'm going to start out with the power play Breeding Pool tap.
I see. An Amulet Titan. I like this. Well, I'm actually going to shock myself here.
Okay.
And I'm going to play good old Darcy.
Yep.
And then a Mishra's Bauble. Cast trigger.
Bauble. Yep, you get to surveil.
I do.
Is that the card you need?
I don't think I want it. And I think I'm actually going to bobble you.
Okay.
We see a Magic the Gathering card. Okay. I'll pass the turn.
On top.
And I'll draw on your upkeep.
Draw. Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a really good one. Unfortunate.
Even though that's very good, I think we're just going to try to slow down that Darcy, make sure you don't hit me for 3 this turn, hopefully. I'm going to go ahead and Bojuka Bog you.
You make me sad. Okay.
And I'm all done.
Cool. Untap and draw. Well, I'm going to play a land for the turn.
Yep.
And how about another Darcy?
You've got another one.
And I'm going to pay 2 life here in the sense of a Thoughtseize. 2 cast triggers.
Yep. You get to surveil too.
Surveil. Don't want it. Don't want it. Okay. Thoughtseize?
Yeah, that's gonna resolve, unfortunately.
I see. Interesting.
So, 3 cards that you can take and 2 lands.
I think I'm just gonna get rid of that Endurance. That seems problematic.
Yep.
I would like to move to combat.
Sure.
Mighty 1.
I take 1.
Pass the turn.
Untap and draw. I think here I'll just go for the Simic Growth Chamber, and I'll just bring the Bojuka Bog back to my
Yeah,
hand.
it's pretty good.
After that, I'm all set. I'll just pass.
All right, something good. That was actually pretty good. Well, in that case, how about a Mishra's Bauble? 2 cast triggers.
Yep.
Surveil. Don't need that. Surveil. Don't want that. Apparently, we're gonna bobble all over the place.
And it looks like I'm gonna be taking a lot of damage.
Oh, you are. Oh, yeah, you are. I'd like to move to combat.
Yep.
How about a 6?
Yeah, I take 6.
And then I'm going to Thoughtseize you. 2 cast triggers.
Yep. Go ahead and surveil.
Surveil. Gothy Voidwalker. And a land. And Thoughtseize?
Yep. I got a Karn or a Summoner's Pact, and then I ended up drawing a Cavern last turn.
Gotcha. Let's get rid of that Karn.
Okay.
And then I think I'm just going to bobble you as well.
Alright.
What
so
do you got?
get to see.
I see. Okay, I'll pass the turn. I'm going to draw on your upkeep.
Yep. Alright. I think here I'll just go ahead and go for the Bojuka Bog again.
And that was kind of mean.
I'll re-exile your graveyard.
That's really mean. Really, really mean.
And after that, I'm all set. I'll just pass.
All right.
Turn them back into 1/1s.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, I'll move to combat.
Yep.
Mighty 2.
So he's attacked me with 2 Darcys. They're only 1/1s, but these things can get out of hand very quickly. I've reset his graveyard a few times, and I'm kind of looking. I have 3 mana here, of which 2 is green. And I've got a Summoner's Pact in my hand. I don't really have much else going on. I could maybe try to wait on the Summoner's Pact another couple turns and try to get down a Primeval Titan and try to win the game that way. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to live long enough if that's kind of what I'm waiting on here. So I do decide that I want to cast my Summoner's Pact to go and get an Endurance from my deck. And this will allow me to block one of his Dragon's Rage Channelers here. And even if he does have the ability to get Delirium, it'll be a 3/4, and that's good enough to block a 3/3. So I think that's what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to cast a Summoner's Pact here.
Yeah, you get a Summoner's Pact.
And I'm going to go find an Endurance.
That's scary. Yeah, you got it.
Alright, now that I have that Endurance, I'll go ahead and pay 3 mana here.
Okay.
And I'll cast the Endurance.
Yeah, trigger.
I'm actually going to target myself since you don't have anything in the graveyard anyway. And these are pretty good cards.
Sure, absolutely.
So I'll go ahead and throw them on the bottom of my deck.
Yep, and before blockers are declared, I would like to cast an Unholy Heat. 2 cast triggers.
Yep.
Target the Endurance. Don't want the land. Don't want that either. Still before blockers. I'd like to cast an Unholy Heat. 2 cast triggers.
Yep.
Don't want the land. Don't want the land.
Okay.
Like to kill Endurance, and I am not delirious.
Correct. So I'll take 2.
Yep. I'll pass the turn.
Alright. I'll untap. During my upkeep, I would like to pay 4 mana so I don't lose to the Summoner's Pact.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think here I'll play Selesnya Sanctuary.
Oh no.
And I'll bring the Bojuka Bog back to my hand.
Yep.
After that, I'm all set.
All right. How many times am I going to get bogged?
Well, hopefully at least 3.
All right. Well, in that case, I would like to move to combat.
Yep.
Mighty 2.
I'm taking 2.
And then I'm going to shock myself after.
Okay.
Pay 2. Play 1 Gothy Voidwalker.
You got a Voidwalker.
Cool. And then I'm going to pay a red and play a 3rd Darcy.
You got it.
I'll pass.
Right.
All right. Okay,
Untap.
hear me out, right? Don't exile my graveyard.
I'm listening to you, but
Is it going anywhere, though?
I think I'm just gonna ignore you.
That's kind of mean. It's so many cards. So many cards, man.
You have 1 card over there?
I do. I have a mighty card.
I'll just get this amulet down.
That's a good one.
Then I'm all set.
All right. Can we get Delirious? Interesting.
I'm hoping not, so that I at least have another turn.
Well,
But I'm gonna need a good draw.
you are. I'm gonna move to combat.
Yep.
Take some damage.
Yeah, I got 6.
Yep.
I can't do anything about it.
How about a 4th Darcy?
You got another Darcy. And a Turok? Yep.
I'll pass the turn. I don't need 4 baubles.
I
got
think
4
I need
Darcys.
to find a Titan here.
Yeah.
Titan wins me the game. Anything else loses.
Yeah, I'll pass. You got Summer's
And we
back.
got not a Titan.
Summer's back?
No.
Oh.
I've got 4 lands in my hand.
Ooh.
None of which do anything.
Good
So,
game.
good game.